Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and I cannot get comfortable today. It's my shirts are driving me crazy. I'm shifting inside of them. I just cannot get comfortable. And of course, yes, I'm wearing two shirts because with the weight loss that I've had, finally, I've been wearing two shirts. Whenever you gain weight, your maximum weight you get becomes your body's baseline. And whenever you lose weight, your body says, you need to get back up there. Because your body is now used to your weight being that, and it's set as your new baseline. So I'm freezing all the frickin' time because I had, unfortunately, well, I weighed between 240 and 280 most of my adult life as soon as I got out of the Air Force. And I had to, well, you had to keep your weight within certain limits while you were in the service. That's just something that happens. And I did that. As soon as I got out of the Air Force, though, my weight went and went up between 240 and 280. And I spent most of my adult life there. As soon as my wife died, I started drinking pretty hard because I needed to not feel. And I took a calculated risk because I had been sober since 2000 and then before I met my wife, while I was married to my wife, and then she died. I couldn't take the feeling, and I needed something to kill that feeling. And so I took a calculated risk to drink for a short period of time to kill the feelings, because I know how good drinking kills feelings. I spent 23 plus years as an active alcoholic to kill my feelings, which is such a double-edged sword that I'll try to come back to. And so I started drinking to kill my feelings for 4 months. During that time, my weight went from 280 something to 325, largely because of water retention, but still, that's your body up at a certain level. And so my body's baseline now says if I weigh less than 325, I'm freezing, and I'm hungry, and I'm this and that, and oh, my body wants me to get back up to 325 where it belongs. Of course, I don't belong there. That's not a good weight. But because of that, I'm always cold. With the caveat that I also have points where it just flip. I go from, boy, I'm freezing to I am dying of heat. It's like male menopause. I have hot flashes like that, where it's just snap. And then the periods of times where I will be shivering because I'm so cold, but I'll also be sweating because I'm too hot. Now that's always fun, like when you get goosebumps because you're cold but you're sweating because you're hot at the same time. That's fun, and that happens a fair amount of time. The breakdown of the body as you get older. I mean, I'm not ancient, I'm only 55, but that's getting up there. I've only got effectively 19 more years before the end of my lifespan, the average lifespan of an American man with money and access to health care is 74 years, so 55 minus, well, 74 minus 55, that's just 19 years. So that's not a ton. But it's a fair amount. I'm not worried about it. I mean, I am, I don't want to die, but I'm not fixating on it. I mean, I am because I'm talking about it, but not like I'm worrying about it. That I'm not. I just want to live as long as possible, as healthily as possible, but so yeah, because of that, I've just been so tired of freezing all the time. I wear two shirts now. I took the plunge. I'm not a sweater kind of guy, especially I don't like pullover sweaters. I don't even actually like pullover shirts. I'm a button-up shirt kind of guy, but I don't have any warm button-up shirts. And through my marriage to my wife, and even before that, largely, people gave me my clothes. I didn't buy my clothes. I never really had enough money to. Beforehand, I was drinking and drinking all of my money, so I never had money for clothing. So I got hand-me-downs from just about everybody. And then once I got married, and 2 years into my marriage, both my wife got broken and could no longer work, and I got broken and could no longer work. And we went from making almost $100,000 a year, which is, it sounds like a lot, but we lived with her parents not paying rent, and we were still barely making it as a couple with kids. So, oy vey. But we went from about $100,000 a year to about 20,000 a year. Kind of a big break, and so I kept getting hand-me-downs and stuff like that and never really got any expensive good things. So I've just got a bunch of shirts like this. I just wear them, and I don't like sweaters. So thumbs up. I wear my coat a lot, which I have to wear. My apologies. I have to wash. It's absolutely filthy. I mean, the cat's been sneezing on it. The cat sneezed on it once, really, really big. And I was wearing it at the time, and she was on my lap and purring and then sneezed. And it was like somebody took a cup of water and splashed it on me. It was just, and she drools when she sits on me and will, you know, make little and shake her head stuff. And then it's like a little cat saliva sprayer going off, just boom. And so the coat really, really needs to be washed. I gotta do that. But I wear a coat most of the time now, and I'm just freezing. I go downstairs with my coat and 2 shirts, and they're like, it's 74 degrees. And I go, yeah, I know, and I'm freezing. So, thumbs up on that. I am still anorexic. I don't eat anywhere near as much as I should. Every other time I've tried in my life to lose weight, it's been temporary, and well, it's just been temporary, and it's just been yo-yo dieting my whole life. I'm only at 100, and I go between 180 and 190, sometimes up to 195, sometimes down to 175. Because of my not eating, but I'm right there in that range right now. It's hard to keep my weight up because I don't eat properly or enough, or sometimes at all. And right now my weight is gone more toward the 190 mark because I'm not able to walk as much. You don't burn as many calories, your body stores them. So I haven't been able to walk as much, so I've gained a few pounds, which is actually fine. I could go up to about 200, and that's a good healthy weight for my height, age, and activity. So thumbs up on that. I really shouldn't be too thin. I mean, on that absolutely useless BMI chart, I mean, in the United States, they've used the BMI has been altered way back when they first started using it to skew the chart. So instead of a natural progression, it goes, and it's just not a good chart. But they've also found that those people that are on the skinny or normal weight of the BMI chart in the US, they tend to die before those people that are slightly overweight. So, isn't that special? Now, is it direct causation? I mean, I don't know. I don't even know that anybody has ever studied that, because, you know, just because B follows A doesn't necessarily mean that A caused B. So it may not be the fact of the weight that's the difference. It could be environmental factors. It could be anything. We don't know. I don't know if anyone has studied that. But that's one of the big logical things there. Just because B follows A does not necessarily mean that A caused B. So, thumbs up on that. But yeah, I'm just freezing all the time and cold, and except like I say, when I suddenly flip into too hot, which happens a lot. I can go from wearing my 2 shirts and being freezing, put on my coat because I'm so cold, and then still be cold, and then just 30 seconds later, I suddenly start sweating hard, and I gotta take off the coat. Uh-oh. I took all my medications this morning with a cup of lemonade. No food, just medicine, and so now, of course, my stomach is kind of upset. I've done that most of my adult life, just taking medications on an empty stomach. I'm just finding that the older I get now, the more often I do that, the more it causes tummy issues. That's probably telling me I should stop doing that. Oh, by the by, I don't know if I mentioned this now. Right now, it is 11 minutes after 7 on Saturday, the 20th of January. Normally, I say that first thing. Because also what I wanted to do, oh yeah, the double-edged sword. I try to remember the double-edged sword, why I even mentioned this double-edged sword. I can't remember even why I brought it up, but I do remember that I'd mentioned the double-edged sword. This is the fog issue where it's easy to forget stuff, and the depression issue where it's so easy to forget stuff, and the brain damage from my 23 plus years of alcoholism that makes it so hard to remember things. So I remember I mentioned a double-edged sword, I just can't remember what I was talking about. Anyway, though, I'm going to grab from this cage here. Little guy, come on, little guy. I went and scruffled at his bedding so that he wouldn't be freaked out, and I'm getting out. Oot. Come on, little guy. Bad Ears McGee, whose real name, of course, not that he cares, is Patches Jr. He's named after Patches. People have still been watching some of my RIP to my Patches hamster video. Patches was 1.5 pounds of hamster, and she looked like him. She had a little white thing under her chin, and she had socks like that, little white feet. And she was savage. She was brutal. I mean, she never bit me or anything like that. And she had a lot of litters. She had lots of babies, and she was a really, really good mom. But there was one time I picked up one of her babies too early, and it had my scent on it. And when I was putting it back into her cage, she ran up, sniffed it hard, pulled the baby out of my fingers with her hands, you know, her paws, no thumbs, pushed it on the ground, sniffed it harder, and then bit its head. Killed it right there. Put her teeth, one set of teeth through the eye, the other set of teeth to the other side of its head, killed it right there. So it's like, oh my God, she is savage. And this, of course, I cannot remember if he's even part of her litter, though. He may be just a hamster from another litter from somebody else who looked like Patches, and so we named him Patches Jr. It's hard to say, but then I call him Bad Ears McGee because paradoxically he keeps his ears crinkled up close to his head, which is not what bats do. Oh, he's opening up his ears. He's waking up. He's a good guy. I'm going to put him back in his cage now because he's getting pretty active. He wants to go back, so he's a good guy. Here we go, little one. Thank you so much. There we go. I love my hamsters. I took my hamsters on adventures last night because I fell asleep in my recliner downstairs really, really hard in the afternoon. It was like 5 o'clock-ish or so because they'd made dinner and we ate dinner. I ate down there with them because, you know, I do like my housemates. That's the thing. We are friends. And so I was eating dinner with them, and then I fell asleep hard. I mean, really hard. To the point that she was yelling at me to wake me up because they were going to be making dinner, and I was sleeping right through it. So I slept for like 3 hours down in the chair. Well, no, this was before dinner. Yeah, because we hadn't even eaten yet. And so I fell asleep that hard, and we ate, and then I came back upstairs here, and then fell asleep again for hours and hours, and then would wake up and then keep falling asleep. So as much as I wanted to make videos, as much as I wanted to do things, I just was falling asleep so hard. I mean, I was waking up yesterday with my hands numb again from falling asleep in this chair, and that's not good. I mean, it's not pressure on my radial nerves like it has done before, but when I set my arms down on top of these hard plastic arms, it cuts off the nerve impulses to my hands, and then when I wake up, my hands are numb and don't work real well. That's not good. That's bad. I do not want to abrade my nerves again. Holy smokes, that was bad enough when this hand was numb for a year. Not numb, paralyzed. That was awful. Talk about constant low-level anxiety. When your dominant hand suddenly doesn't work anymore. Yeah, and if you're prone to anxiety and then suddenly your hand's dead, it just doesn't do anything anymore, that's low-level anxiety to the maximum. Thank goodness, through not giving up, constantly pushing, and intensive cannabis smoking, I firmly believe that is one of the major reasons my nerves grew back as quickly as they did. I used to smoke upward of 4 grams of cannabis daily, especially during the time when this hand was paralyzed. Only since moving in here have I not had any money. Now I've got to make a gram stretch out a week, if I'm lucky. Luckily, what happened last night too, and one of the reasons that I believe I fell asleep so hard, is my housemates did dab me out with THC oil dabs, and that was very good. Because even though CBDs in THC, well, in the cannabis plant, are what really are good, it's a non-psychoactive pain-killing substance, and they're breeding CBDs out of the plants. THC too is a good painkiller. So thank goodness for that. It's just a psychoactive painkiller instead of the CBDs, which are the non-psychoactive painkillers. Definitely thumbs up. If you never smoked cannabis and then you took a CBD only plant and smoked a joint made out of that, you would not feel a thing up here, not a thing. But your body would be flooded with painkillers. Thumbs up for that. Now, I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me comments. Now, I'm not reading the comments now. I'm going to read them afterward. Thumbs up everyone I read and answer as many as I can. But for right now, I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Now, whether it is a good comment, bad comment, indifferent comment, the fact is you left me a comment. That is why I'm thanking you. Thank you very, very much. So even if it's a troll or vile comment, I'm still going to say thank you very much for having taken the time to have left a comment. So thank you very much. And again, if I mispronounce your name, no disrespect is intended. I'm just an American English speaker. So first off, we have Offensive Guy. Heck of a name. Thank you very, very much. Luxia YT. Thank you very, very much. I'm sorry I couldn't pronounce that very well. Jack Grazer fan. Thank you very, very much. House of Action. Thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciated. Love Joel. Well, very good. Very good for Joel. And Ted Hunt, thank you very, very much. Wakifo, I think that's how it's pronounced. Thank you very, very much. Abigail M, greatly appreciated. Diamond Piggy, heck of a name. Thank you very, very much. Panther Stuff Panther Games. Oh, well, thank you. Very good. And Neff Ellie, thank you very, very much. Shadowless Umbrian AMV, thank you very, very much. The Bright Light, thumbs up and thank you. Mama Chell, greatly appreciated. Thank you very, very much. Jack Plays, thumbs up, thank you. And then we have Mateos Bulcher, Gene Dobre, son of a gun. Yo-Yo Mama, thank you very, very much. David Hemster, greatly appreciated. Andres Morales, I sure hope I'm close. Thank you very, very much. Daniel Trombley, thank you, greatly appreciated. Viscosity, thumbs up, heck of a name. God Hates Me, I think that's how it is. Thank you very, very much. And then there's Victor Coria, thumbs up and thank you. Zeta, greatly appreciated. And then last but not least, Sam K. Thank you all very, very much. Greatly appreciated. As stated, to get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. That's a good thing. What with my bipolar disorder, my clinical depression, my wife having died 3 years ago, her cat having committed suicide, accidental. He stopped drinking because cats get upset. They do weird things when they get upset. She was gone. He stopped drinking. When you stop drinking water, it damages your kidneys. The more you get dehydrated, the more damage your kidneys get. He stopped drinking for a week. It killed his kidneys. I don't think he knew he was going to die, but it killed him anyway. So he died, and so it's not been a good landscape behind these eyes. So thank you all very, very much. If you could check out my links down below, that would be awesome. I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, Google+. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful, awesome people, that would be wonderful. I hate asking for help. I'm of the generation that were my parents drilled into my head where it was, take care of the problem yourself, shut up and suffer, die if you have to. But that's wrong. It's okay to ask for help. So if you could donate or become a patron, that would be awesome. But if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes. I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, that would be greatly appreciated. I do appreciate, I overuse the word appreciate as well, if you noticed. I do appreciate all the positive, good, I've forgotten the words. Positive. Well, I do appreciate all the good wishes, so thank you very much. My brain. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be cool, but I would understand if you don't want to. I mean, my personality's rubbed people wrong my whole life, so if you don't want to, I do understand. But if you're down with it, I will do my best to keep you entertained from now until I can't make videos anymore, which will hopefully be the next 19 years, at a minimum. So thumbs up on that. Well, I got a reaction video coming up on this channel, got a game video coming up on this channel, hopefully if I don't fall asleep. Oh, that's a good joke, isn't it? I'll have a video on my game channel, that'll be a good thing. So you take care, have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And once again, thank you again. This was Mika Mach 5 sent me this bracelet here, and I thank you very, very much. It's very cool. So you take care, have a great day, and I'll see you on the flip side.